On today's show, Zubimendi, Bruno G, and Samuel Ricci all say no to Manchester City. So, who next for the Blues? Who will replace Fernandinho and Rodri? This is your transfer special. That's not the right button. My bad, guys. Yo, welcome back to another stream, man. The first stream of 2025, Bray. And yeah, pretty interesting, man, because who the hell we signing, Bray? I'll tell you what, lads. I'll tell you what. First of all, let me turn the mic up a little bit. Let me open up a caffeinated beverage because, yeah, it's not looking good, Brett. That's all I'm going to say. Is Bruno G, X, Zubimendi, X, Samuel Ricci, X. Who are we getting, man? Who are we getting? Because we know we need someone. Yeah, we need someone in that midfield, and it's not looking good. Everyone is ruling themselves out. They're signing new contracts. We're getting club briefings saying we're not interested. So who are we getting, man? For the people that are wondering what's going on here, this morning, FC Torino have announced the contract extension of Samuel Ricci. Now, we have been linked with this guy on a number of occasions, and in fact, it was quite a strong link because Samuel Ricci himself spoke about the links, and then so did the sporting director of Torino. Now, we ended up doing quite a number of scouting missions on Ricci. I watched him about 6 times, I think, in the space of a month. And listen, my opinion on Ricci was that he was a decent player. I didn't really want him in January just because I felt that he was more of like a player that you want in the summer, proper pre-season, more of like a bedding in. He needs like a more to be bedded in. And the problem that we've got is, of course, at the moment, the signing that we need in January, we kind of need them to come in and hit the ground running and to put that pressure on Samuel Ricci, who he's only young. I think he's maybe 23 years old, Samuel Ricci, at Torino. That's not really the type of deal that I personally wanted as a City fan. Yeah, he's 23. So yeah, I mean, I want to say like I'm not gutted because I didn't really want him, but when you get ruled out of Bruno G, when you get ruled out of Zubimendi, and then all of a sudden Ricci's now signed a new deal, you're literally sitting here scratching your head thinking, well, who the fuck are we not? Who are we getting? Do you know what I mean? I mean, there's not that many players around. To be honest with you, that spring to mind. Now, people want to speak about Ederson at Atalanta, and I understand why people want to speak about Ederson at Atalanta. I just don't see this happening one little bit, guys. Atalanta is still at the top of the table. Yes, Inter Milan have a game in hand. Atalanta are top of the table. We're halfway through the season. Atalanta have never won the league ever in their whole history of being a football club. Why on earth, yeah, would they then sell a player that is crucial to their side, yeah, halfway through the season? It just makes no sense. I mean, if they was to do that, if they was to sell at Atalanta, if they was to sell at Ederson, just fold them as a football club because they're not serious. There wouldn't be a serious football. You can't do that. You can't do that. Imagine in 2012, yeah, I know we've won the league in the past, not the Premier League, but we've won the league, like the first division and that in the past. But imagine in 2012, we got to January, right? And then we just fucking sold Yaya Toure and Aguero. And you can't do that, bro. So I just don't see that happening in a month of Sundays. And the only way I've seen it happening is if City pay big money. And when you're not spending 100 million on Bruno G because you feel he's too expensive, when, let's be honest, the guy's absolutely mint. Yeah, you're not going to go and spend 80 million on Ederson. No chance. And I also think people have overrated this guy. I watched him twice, man, and obviously only 2 times, yeah. But the 2 times I watched him, nah. Especially the first time. The first time I watched him, he was absolutely awful. And on the ball, not good enough. Big up Spartacus in the chat, Brazilian, who's watched Ederson when he was in the Brazilian league. Obviously, the guy is Brazilian, and he said he's not good on the ball. And I watched him, and I clocked it straight away. I was like, this guy's not ideal on the ball. He missed an open net from about 4 yards. Looked lethargic. Second game, he was much better, to be fair. Got around the pitch a lot more, but I don't know, man. Obviously, it's only 2 games, so you can't just say shit. But he didn't impress me that much. I'd rather get Ricci, if I'm being completely honest with you, and I don't really want him. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Now, you've got like Wharton at Palace, but he's not had a particularly good season either. You know what I mean? I'm speaking to D, who's a big Palace fan. I said, yo, what's going on with Wharton? He said he just had too many injuries this year, and last year he was cooking on gas. This year he ain't cooking on gas. So I'm like, what the fuck are we signing, man? I like Pavlovic. I seen him first time last year. I seen Pavlovic last year, and the first time I seen Pavlovic last year, I was like, "Yo, this guy's gonna be a player." But again, why would Bayern Munich sell a player that is potentially some of their future? They're not going to do that, are they? So I don't know, man. To be honest with you, Kimmich could be an option. He could be an option. He's only got 6 months left on the deal. Could you go to Bayern Munich and say, "Listen, lads, he's going to leave on a free in the summer. We'll give you 25, 30 million." You're getting 25, 30 million for a player that's about to leave on a free. Is Kimmich going to be the difference between Bayern Munich winning the Bundesliga and Bayern Munich not winning the Bundesliga? Probably not. Are Bayern Munich going to win the Champions League with or without Kimmich? Probably not, although they've got a slight chance. So they might look at that and go, yeah. But Kimmich is also 30 years old. Do we really want to be signing a 30-year-old? Not really, to be honest with you. Not really. That's at the top end. I want to be getting players really under the age of 28. I will go to 29 if, you know, they're a class player, world-class player, but 30 years old. Do we need to be signing a 30-year-old player? I don't know. Now, the question is, for us, is if we can't get a Bruno G, if we can't get a Zubimendi, and we can't get a player who is in that nice age bracket between like 24 and 28, because that's the ideal bracket for me, do we just get Kimmich anyway? Because if we don't get Kimmich, if we don't get anyone, will we get top four? And obviously, if we don't get top four, we could be cooked. You know what I mean? Because that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And, you know, we don't want to give the club an excuse not to spend money in the summer. So if getting Kimmich is the difference between getting the Champions League and not getting the Champions League, then go and get him. But for me, if you go and get Kimmich, that tells me that, one, you're panicking about Champions League, and two, you've been rejected by everyone else. Because you wouldn't go and get Kimmich, would you? Like, I wanted Kimmich in the summer, yeah, but this is now different. We're in a rebuild phase. I wasn't in a rebuild phase in the summer. I was in like come on, sign a couple players and we can go win the Prem again. We can go win the Champions League. We're not winning the Prem, and we're probably not going to win the Champions League. So now it's about starting a rebuild. Well, is Kimmich a rebuild when he's 30 years old? It's not really a rebuild signing, is it? Do you know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I don't know. If you can't get anyone else, and we are in the trenches, like big time in the trenches, and you think that Champions League top four is at risk, then maybe, yeah, go and get him. But for me, if you go and get him, that tells me that we're in a bad place. It tells me that we're in a bad place. It tells me that we've probably been rejected by a lot of players or clubs. Maybe we've not got the money. Maybe the club are just not willing to spend the money for whatever reason, whether it's 115, whether there's skin, whether whatever, I don't know. But Kimmich, to me, is not the signing. It's not really the signing of a club that's like, right, come on, now we're starting this rebuild, and we're gonna buy players that are going to be here for 5-6 years, that maybe can grow a little bit. Kimmich is not that player. But again, maybe if you're in the mud and you're in the trenches and you feel that Kimmich is the only option to help you get top four because you're scared about not getting top four, which is completely reasonable, then maybe you do it. I just don't think it's a good look. Do you know what I mean? I don't think it's a great look. You know what I mean? If you get Kimmich when he's 30 years old, I take it. I do. It's weird. It's a difficult one for me to like explain my opinion on it, because I'd take him. And by the way, he's 29. He turns 30 in February. My bad. But it's. I just think that, like, bro, surely we can't be signing another 30-year-old, because let's be honest, we can't sign him. Well, we can sign him now. The transfer window is open, but he's 30 next month, so let's just call him 30. Yeah, I don't think that's a particularly strong. It doesn't give you confidence, does it? It doesn't give you. It's not a confidence sign. Like, I want to be confident in the future. I want to be like, yes, we're starting this rebuild. The club are getting the players that they think can grow or whatever, and he's not that guy for the long term. But like I say, if you think you're going to miss out on top four and everyone else has rejected you, then just fucking go and get him. Pep said they're looking players for the future. I agree. That's what I would be doing as well. That's what Pepperloo. I don't know about this Pepperloo guy, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? People are telling me that he's not great, man. You know what I mean? People are telling me he's not great, that Pepperloo. The scary thing is at the moment, the lack of links, says Craig. I seen a lot of people talking about this. A lot of people are worried about the lack of transfer rumours. So here's my take on it, right? And obviously, Martin spoke about this in the past. The club are obviously, they've locked down the transfer rumours. Now, whether that was because it was Omar Barada who was leaking everything to the press and to the journals, and now he's left, and now he's at United, and now he's leaking everything there, maybe that's the case. And it probably is. And some people have told me who know the shit that is the truth, that Omar Barada was the one that leaked all the information. Now it's gone. Now I've got no one that's leaking the information. So I understand, because I'm worried as well. I'm anxious that, like, why are we not seeing rumours? Why are we not seeing transfer links by these journalists? Does that mean we're not doing anything? Does that mean we're not signing anything? I personally don't believe that to be the case. I do not believe for 1 second that this club is not trying to make signings. I think they are. Now, whether they're going to make the right signings and whether they're going to make the signings that I agree with as a fan, my own opinion, and whether they make the signings that you want as your own opinion, we'll have to wait and see. But whilst I understand the concern, and whilst I'm concerned as well at the lack of links, I don't think really you can then say, oh, because we're not being linked with anyone, that means we're not going to sign anyone. Because I just don't think that's true. I don't think that's right. If this club doesn't sign anyone in January, I think we're guilty of 115. That's my opinion. Because when the club is struggling, when Pep can't field an 11 that are fit, when players are playing when they're injured, and when Pep's now come out and said he needs players, when the players, I think the players know that they need players. If the club then don't sign anyone, for me, that doesn't give me a good confidence feeling for the 115. And again, that's my opinion. I'm not telling you that you have to agree with me. That's my view. You know, you have your own opinion. If we don't sign anyone, you think we're still fine, whatever. I'm telling you my view. That's my opinion. If we don't sign anyone of serious value, I'm not talking like go get some guy with free transfer. I'm not going to be sitting there saying, oh yeah, chilling. I'm saying go spend some money, because that doesn't give me a good view. But the only way we can judge it is what happens by the 1st of January, the 1st of February. The 1st of February, we can sit here and have another conversation, and we'll either be cooking on gas and we'll be like, yeah, come on, let's go do something, or we'll be like, damn, we're down bad. So let's see what happens, man. But I don't think personally you should look at the lack of links, look at the lack of transfer activity, i.e. rumours, and go, that means we're not signing anyone. Because for me, I think the club have just locked it off, man. I think the club have just locked it off. And whatever, I don't know why they've done that. Maybe it's because they don't like the media no more because of the way they've been treated in 115. Maybe it's because certain journalists have said stuff in articles or in the press conferences and Pep don't like him, so then the club are back Pep. I don't know what the reason is. I don't know. And I don't think we'll ever truly know, right? But all I'm saying is, yeah, there's nothing. There is absolutely nothing out there. Like, there's zero links. You know what I mean? And the links that we're getting are from dead journalists, man. And like these dead websites that like no one even cares about. You know what I mean? It's like, so for me, like I am worried. Obviously, I am worried. Like, I'm a fan in it, so I am worried. I want to see us being linked with people. I want to see Jack Gaughan dropping bombers saying we're interested in him. I want to see Sam Lee, Martin Blackburn, Simon Bajowski, these guys. I want to see these guys be dropping these articles saying City are interested in him and him and him. But even that Jack Gaughan article the other day, bro, like, if you actually read the article, I don't think he's not really saying like we're linked with these players, because people messaging me saying, people messaging me saying, oh yeah, Jack Gaughan said we're interested in this guy. Did he really though? Because if you actually read the article properly, yeah, he didn't really say that. What he said was City have been linked with these players. He's almost just telling us what other journalists are saying. He's not said in that article, City are interested in this player and this player. I know this. Yeah, he's not saying that. He's just saying City have been linked with these players by other journalists. He's basically aggregated the stuff to put, and then everyone's just took it and gone, Jack Gaughan said this, this, and this, and this. The only thing Jack Gaughan really said in that article, which was a big bomber, I thought, was about Jack Grealish and Kyle Walker and Nunes. It was more about the outgoings, not the incomings. I didn't really read it and take anything from the incomings. I read it and took it from the outgoings and gone, fair play. So maybe we're going to get rid of some of these players in January. Probably not, but maybe one or two. Maybe Ederson will go. Maybe Walker will go, because they're not really crucial to the squad right now. And we can replace Ederson, if he's a second choice goalkeeper, relatively easy. And Kyle Walker, I mean, no one wants him anyway. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know, man. It's weird, and it is a bit nervous, and it is a bit anxious, but at the same time, it's also a little bit exciting, in my opinion, because when we eventually get the news that we're signing a player, it'll just bomber. It'll just bomber out of nowhere. You'll just be chilling, eating your lunch and that, you know, and then boom, out of nowhere, here we go situation. Man City have agreed a deal to sign this guy, like we did when we signed Bernardo Silva. That came out of nowhere. In fact, I'm pretty sure people thought he was joining Man United until, like, he was on the plane, and all of a sudden it was like, yeah, Bernardo Silva's on a plane to Manchester. He's signing for City. And was all like, what? What the hell? You mean he signed for City? It was all getting gassed and stuff. I think Ederson kind of came out the blue as well. So it is exciting when it happens, but in the build-up, yeah, in the preamble, yeah, in the foreplay, yeah, it's not nice, man. It's a little bit nervous. It's a little bit nervous. But you have to have faith in the club, man. You have to have faith in the guys at the top. Yes, Tiki has obviously dropped 2 L's in the last 2 transfer windows. Let's be real. Although, again, I always say that in the transfer window 2 years ago after the treble, I do feel that, like, I don't really blame him too much there. Yeah, last summer, obviously, that was a joke, to be honest, looking back. And a lot of people called it out at the time. I was too slow. So you have to think that he'll sort it out. And at the end of the day, yeah, he's leaving in the summer. He's leaving in the summer. So why on earth would Tiki now, knowing that Tiki has dropped the ball for the last 2 transfer windows and he knows he's leaving, he has this transfer window and obviously a little bit of the summer because Viana is going to be involved. Why would he not try and sort this out? Because at the moment, when he leaves in the summer, if he doesn't sort this out in January and he leaves in the summer, when anyone speaks about Tiki, he's going to be like, yeah, he did a madness. He built this mint squad, we won the treble and that, but then he left us in the shit. That's always going to be the thing about he left us in the shit. It's a bit like Fergie at United. Everyone knows Fergie was like a great manager and that, fair play. Some people think he's the best of all time. I don't think it's Pep, yeah. But everyone always says, yeah, but he left him in the shit. People always say that about it. He left him in the shit. He left him in the shit. People always say that about it. Now, obviously, it's a little bit of a dig because there's not too many digs you can have at Fergie. But people always say that, oh, he left United in the shit with a dead squad. It's his fault. It's his fault that United are dead now, yeah? Obviously, it's not really, but I guess there is a slight element of truth in that. And the same thing will happen about Tiki. So my point is this, why would Tiki, if Tiki's got the money to spend in January, right, why on earth would he not spend that money to try and sort this out? So then when he leaves in the summer, people don't be like, yeah, he did a madness, but he left us in the shit. He's not going to do that, is he? He knows it's bad. He's not an idiot. He said it himself. He said it himself in the documentary. He says he knows we had a bad transfer window after the treble. He knows that we had a bad transfer window this summer, and he knows he's left Pep, and he knows he's left the players in the shit by not signing the players. And obviously there's more to it than that. Pep didn't want an extra striker, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I don't want to go into all that. I'm just saying from his point of view, he knows that he's kind of messed up. So why on earth would he then not sort it out? So you got to have faith that he'll sort it out. If he doesn't, then fair play, cook the guy. You know what I mean? But I'm going to wait personally, from my own point of view, yeah, I'm going to wait until the end of this transfer window before I start like saying what I think I should say and not say, because what's the point? Am I going to sit here and say, oh, get Tiki out, he's not signing anyone by the second? And it's like, but then he goes and drops Reinders, he gets Zubimendi after all, he gets us a striker, he gets us a new defender, and all of a sudden, he actually slammed it. But if he doesn't sort it out in January, then yeah, he deserves criticism because the squad's struggling. And the players need extra players, man. Yeah, these players in this squad are dying. Yeah, and you can see it. You can see it in the way they play. They're not stupid. These are some of the best players that have ever played the game. Yeah, they're some of the best players that have ever played the game. They know. Gundogan knows, man, that he shouldn't be playing week in, week out, mate. Yeah, he's not an idiot. He's 35 years old. Is he 35 or is he 34? Gundogan. Yeah, he's 34, right? He's just turned 34. He knows that he shouldn't be playing week in, week out for Man City. Every time someone dribbles past him, yeah, he has nightmares, bro. Every time someone dribbles past him. You know what I mean? Same with Kovacic. You know what I mean? Kovacic, every time someone goes past him, you know, someone said it. I can't remember who said it on a panel show recently. Like, when Kovacic has got the ball and he goes forward, the guy's rapid. Yeah, moves like Usain Bolt. Soon it's the other way around. Soon as someone dribbles past him, Bruh, it's like Sean Wright Phillips in Company's testimonial game, man. The guy can hardly move. So it's a bit weird. So they need players. We need more goals. We need creativity. Like, we don't know what's going on with De Bruyne. De Bruyne keeps talking. De Bruyne keeps on saying stuff like, "Oh yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back soon. I'm just getting back to fitness." But I feel like he's been saying this for 18 months. You know what I mean? So what? I don't know what's going on there with him. And Foden, obviously, at the moment, we've got to be honest, he's not performing to the levels, well, anywhere near the levels that we need. So we have no creativity in the team. So we need to sign a creative player. Otherwise, Haaland's just stood up there on his own, doing nothing. Do you know what I mean? Because no one creates him. In the last 3 games, yeah, before the who did we just play? Leicester. Before the Leicester game, right? 2 games in a row, Haaland had, I think, 3 shots, and one of them was a penalty. Yeah. 3 shots in 2 games, and one of them was a penalty. So you don't create stuff for him. He's not going to do anything, and he's not a Kane, so he's not going to be dropping back and helping the team. Yeah. In a way, I kind of like it in a weird way when people say he's shit at football, because I'm like, if you say that, then yeah, what will then happen is you'll recognize that then, well, you need to build the team around him to create chances, because if you don't do that, he's not going to do anything. I mean, you've got to build the team around it. You've got to create chances for him. Otherwise, he's just up there doing not a lot, because he's not a Kane. He'll never, ever be a Kane. I hate it when people say stuff like, "Oh, he needs to work on his link-up play." What? Bro, he's 24 years old, man. Do you know what I mean? He's not going to all of a sudden just going to train and then just get... It doesn't work like that, man. You know what I mean? By the time you're 24, you're not just going to start getting good at linking up the play like Kane. It's not going to happen. Stick him up top and create chances for him. So for me, you need to get a creative player. So who that is, I don't know. Do you give McAtee a chance in there? Well, that's obviously not going to happen because he come through the academy. So, you know, unless we spend money on a player, then they don't play. So maybe go for Mamouche at Frankfurt, but how much is he going to cost? Do you know what I mean? Again, are Frankfurt going to let him go in January? Do you try and get Danny Olmo, as Sinathan says in the chat there? Do you try and get him on a loan deal? Got a Barca and say, "Listen, lads, we've heard you got a bit of a problem. You know what I mean? We can help resolve this problem. How about a cheeky little loan deal? And then you can sort yourself out 6 months. You can sort yourself out. It go back to you in the summer. Don't really help us long term, but if we can't get anybody else in until the summer anyway, because no one wants to sell the players in January, I won't be against it. But again, by doing that, if you're getting Danny Olmo on loan, yeah, it just kind of shows what a mess we're in. You know, getting Danny Olmo on loan, nah, you know what I mean? So yeah, there's a lot of things. Obviously, today we're hearing as well that Kyle Walker is having talks with Saudi Arabian club. Is it Al Ahly? Who is it? Who's he been linked with? Yeah, Al Ahly, Al Nasser, and Al Ittihad are all keen on taking Kyle Walker this January. Now, I've already said I think Kyle Walker might leave in January. People are trying to tell me that there's no chance, but bro, I don't think you realise maybe just one, how bad maybe he's been this season. 2, if you think that the dressing room is all happy with Walker's performances, I don't think that's true either. I think obviously there'll be a bit of frustration there. And I think for Kyle Walker's own personal mental well-being, he probably needs to leave. So don't be surprised to see Walker leave in the January. If it does happen, it'll be towards the end of the January window, because we need to get another player in. But if we do get another defender in who can play right back, and maybe for me, I like another Kanji type player, a right back, centre back player. If you get another one of them in, he's got Rico. You get another player in, he's never going to play. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me to see him leave in January. Another player is Ederson as well. I don't believe for 1 second that Ederson has just been injured over this period. I think he's seen his arse that he's been dropped. And I think it's been right that he's been dropped, even though I'm a big Ederson fan. But I think it's right that he's been dropped, because we need a goalkeeper who's better at shot stopping, because we're so bad. And unfortunately, it's not really Ederson's fault, in my opinion. Ederson's not really done anything wrong. Yeah, he's not really done anything wrong, Ederson, this season, in my opinion. It's just that we're so bad at defending. We're so bad at defending transitions and counter-attacks, and we concede so many shots that we just have to go with the better shot stopper, because we're so bad. And that's Ortega. Clearly Ortega. Do you know what I mean? So he don't want to be on the bench. He already wanted to leave in the summer. You know, wouldn't surprise me one little bit if the Saudis come in, drop 25, 30 million, and City just went, you know what? You're not our number one now anyway, because Ortega is, because we're so bad. We'll take the 25, 30 million. You tell Ortega that he's going to be the number one for this season and next season. You go and buy a backup goalkeeper. That's done. You're sorted for 18 months. You know what I mean? Because I think you have to make Ortega the number one. We spoke about this in the past, but you've got to make him the number one, because if you don't make him the number one, you're going to need 2 goalkeepers in the summer, because Ederson's gone. Let's be honest. Whether he goes in January or whether he goes in the summer, it's irrelevant. He's gone. Yeah, he ain't staying. And if you then say to Ortega, "Soz, mate, you're not number one. We're getting another number one," he's going to be like, "Wow, I'm getting off then." And they're going to need 2 goalkeepers. And then, by the way, you better hope Scott Carson then don't retire, because then you're going to need 3 goalkeepers. So, no, make Ortega number one, get a new goalkeeper, and you have to deal with Ortega in the number one in 18 months' time when you sort everything else up. But this is the situation that we're in. Unfortunately, the squad building and the squad management has been really bad over the last 2 years, and there's so much to do. There's so much work to do with this squad. You need a goalkeeper, maybe 2. You need a right back. You need another centre back. Yeah? Do you need another left back? You need at least 2 midfielders, at least 2 midfielders. You need a backup striker, and for me, you need at least 1 more winger. And with, the problem is as well, a lot of these positions, yeah, they're not the Kovacic's. They're not the squad rotational players. We need number 1 starters. They're going to cost a lot of money. They're going to cost money. And so there's a lot to do, man. There's a lot to do. Then throw in the random player who just knocks on Pep's door, who we don't even know about, and go, "Hiya, Pep. Yeah, I want to leave." And you're like, "What? Whoa, where did that come from?" Because that was Ederson in the summer. Because you usually get one of them every year. Yeah, not every year, but like most years, you get one random guy who just decides that he don't want to be here anymore. And you're like, "Whoa, what is this? What is going on here?" You know? So it's a bit of a madness, and it's going to cost a lot of money. I've already said I think it's going to cost £500 million. £500 million to rebuild this squad. Now, I don't think you're going to be able to do that probably in 2 windows. I mean, you can, but they probably won't. So it's going to take 2 years, man. It's going to take 2 years. So, yeah, anyway, that's where we're at, man. There's a lot of work to do, and they need to start in January. Otherwise, they're going to be screwed, mate. By this time, we should have got any strong links, because we're in the mud, says Godry. You got Unai Simons as goalkeeper, good on the ball as well. Arsenal in the lead for Mamouche. 8 clubs want Olmo, including us, so it's unlikely that Nottingham Forest right back is being asked to renew his contract. Says, yeah, Ale Aina. LB, I watched the compilation of Nico Gonzalez. He's so good, exactly what we need for sure. My number 1 target for the midfield. You should watch him. Yeah, I'm going to do some Portal watch-alongs, bro. I'm going to do some Portal watch-alongs. Big up to Darcy as well. Says, not liking what I'm hearing so far, LB. I'm a bit worried. Says Darcy. I think everyone's worried. I think unless you've got like this mad faith in the club, I think everyone's a little bit concerned. But like I say, just because we're concerned doesn't mean that we're not going to sign anyone. They're going to sign someone, man. They got to sign someone, bro. They can't not sign a midfielder. Listen, they might not get a backup striker. They might not get a right back, right? They might just fucking go, right, well, with Akanji and everyone's back fit, then we'll be fine, yeah? But they've got to get a midfielder. They're definitely not going to not sign a midfielder. They can't not sign a midfielder, bro. That's not possible. Big up Lee says Pepper's spoken about us struggling in the middle, so surely the club back him. He just signed a 2-year extension. We definitely need a CDM and quick, says Lee. Completely agree. Maybe it is going to be this Nico Gonzalez guy that Arthar is saying. Nico Gonzalez. I'm going to have to look at him. I'm going to do some Porto watch-alongs. But yeah, City did have a scout at the Porto game. Now, whether you can read too much into that, I'm not sure, because I think they have scouts all over the gaff. But they've also got that Martin Fernandes as well, who's a right back. Up-and-coming right back at Porto, 18 years old, meant to be pretty good. I've never seen him play, Fernandes, but maybe they're looking at him. Obviously, we're going to need a new right back. Obviously, Kabore has just had his contract terminated at Benfica, his loan, so he's now back at Manchester City. Some people are saying, why don't we just keep Kabore as a right back? You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, personally, I don't think he's that great. And I think I don't like it. He put me off in 2022. Yeah, he lived rent free in my head, guys. Yeah, Kabore. In 2022, guy was at Marseille, right? And he was asked whether he wanted to go back to City, and he basically said, nah. He said, I don't want to go back to City. I want to stay at Marseille. And I was like, you what, mate? You know what I mean? So, yeah, I've been a bit salty about Kabore ever since then. But I didn't think he was at Luton, wasn't he? last year. I didn't think he was particularly good there. He gone Benfica. By all accounts, stunk the gaff out. So, nah, Kabore ain't going to make it, lads. Yeah, Kabore ain't going to make it. Now, is he better than Walker? I don't know. I ain't seen Benfica this year. I ain't seen him this year. Idea of calling Perone back. I mean, listen, the thing is, yeah, well, I've seen Perone quite a few times because I watched him for Argentina under 20s, yeah. A number of times. And I like Kabore, I like Perone. But one, is he good enough for City? Unknown. And two, it all just seems a little bit desperate, mate. It all just seems a little bit desperate. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we're sitting here going, oh, should we recall Perone? Should we keep Kabore? And I'm like, we're meant to be a serious club, mate. You know what I mean? We're meant to be a serious club. What are we doing here? Kabore, Perone. What are we doing, guys? We used to win trebles. We used to beat Real Madrid 4-0. And now we're talking about recalling Perone. I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, the links are dead. You know what I mean? Where are the links? Where are the links? Yeah, look, man. Ricci signed a new deal till 2028. Official, Bombazzo Officiale. So obviously that'll have a release clause in there. But we're not going to get him in January. So that's what we need. We need a January signing. This Juma Bah has been linked again. Sources close to Global Soccer Management says AIK Freetown centre-back Juma Bah, who's currently on loan at Real Valladolid, says the fact that you've been asking about his contractual situation indicates they have strong interest. They haven't sent an offer yet, but they have made contact a fortnight ago. That's for us is huge. Yeah, I got told that is true. I got told that is true from a very, very good source. That we are interested in him. The plan was to sign him and then send him to Girona. I don't understand why we do that. Why on earth would we sign him and then loan him to Girona? Why don't we just... I got an idea, lads, yeah? This might be controversial. Why don't we just get him and keep him until the summer, given the fact that every single one of our defenders is fucking injured every week, yeah? So why are they thinking about loaning him to Girona when we have no players is unbelievable. Yeah, we got this as well about the Kabore. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's Kabore. And I don't think there's much else going on, man. Like we're just not linked with anyone, man. Just not linked with anyone. It's actually mad. I was thinking, yeah, I remember like 3 weeks ago, and people was like, where are the links, LB? Where are the links? I was like, calma, the links will come. The links will come as soon as we get closer to January. The links will start popping off. And they've just not, have they? They've just not started popping off at all. What's the BBC gossip page saying? No. None. Not one single link. Not one single link, man. It's our madness. LB, we need proper players, not 17, 18. No, I agree with this. But if we don't get another defender, yeah? If we don't get another defender this January and we sign Juma Bah, would you not rather just keep him at the football club, given the fact that Ake is constantly injured? Diaz is now picking up injuries. Stones is constantly injured. Walker is injured / not good enough. Gavardio is making mistakes because the guy's knackered. Why would we sign a player and then just loan him? What's the point? We need a player for the team. We have Doyle. Well, we don't have Doyle because he's on loan, isn't it? He's on loan. He's on loan, man. Do you know what I mean? Imagine we drag this to the deadline day. No, we're not serious if we do that. We're not serious. I've got to say, man, if we don't sign a midfielder by Brentford, I think that's extremely poor. Extremely poor. Like, I'm not one of these City fans. I did it as a joke, but it was obviously a joke, and anyone that took it seriously needs to get their head fucking MRI scan, right? But listen, yeah, I'll be serious. If we don't get a signing by the Brentford game, which is the 14th of January, that is extremely poor. I'm not here saying we need to sign a player by the 2nd of January, the 3rd of January. right? Would be nice. And it's not unreasonable to say that, given the fact that, let's be honest, we all knew we needed a midfield as soon as Rodri got his ACL injury. So they've had 3 months to prepare for this moment. But I'm not being this guy who's going, they've got to sign somebody now. No, I'm saying, bruh, they've got 2 weeks. If they don't sign a midfielder by the Brentford game, I think that's extremely poor. Extremely poor. And I don't know what that means. Does that mean that they've tried and they've been rejected? Does it mean that they're not trying? Does it mean they're trying to get a big player and it's just a big deal? It's £100 million signing, so that it takes longer to negotiate and all the terms. And I don't know, man. But 14th of January is more than doable. More than doable. And if they don't sign a midfielder by the 14th of January, we've got Brentford. That for me is poor. It's poor. It is. Like, that's not unreasonable. Even like these fans, yeah. Even if these fans who are like, don't want to say anything negative about the club, which, listen, that I respect that, yeah, fair play. But even you've got to agree with me that if you don't sign a midfielder by the 14th of January, is that not really bad, given the fact that this midfield is struggling and the players clearly need help? Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying sign them within the first 48 hours of the transfer window. I mean, it's 2 weeks, lads. And they've known about this situation for 3 fucking months. Because as soon as Rodri got injured, the next day, the club should have started doing transfer business for January. That's the truth, Bray. Mitchell says, LB, why aren't the agents of interested parties talking? Surely they can come out in the news to drive a bidding war, says Mitch. I don't know, man. I don't know. No LB chance. No. This is just cap, bro. I don't know if you're joking, innit? But this is cap if it's true. This is cap. We've had 3 months. 3 months. You can start negotiating transfers outside of the transfer window, you know. You just can't do it. You can't sign the player until the transfer window opens. They've had 3 months to sort this out. 3 months. When did Rodri get injured? I'll tell you when he got injured. The 22nd of September, bro. 22nd of September. Yeah. That was, how many days was that ago? Yeah. How many days ago was the 22nd September 2024? 102 days. They've had 102 days to negotiate the deals. It's not right, man. It's not right that people are saying stuff like that. It's not right. LB, I hope we sign Barella. I'd love Barella, but like that again seems like a summer transfer window unless you put serious cash down. I'm sure that 100%. 100%. I think they're going to get a deal. And I don't believe personally that the club are not trying to sign a player. I see these people on Twitter say, LB, we're not signing anyone. You know, we're not signing. I said, we've got to sign someone. If they don't sign someone, then that is horrific. That is horrific. They're going to sign someone. Now, will it be to the quality that we want? Don't know. We'll have to wait and see, innit? But the club are not going to not sign someone, man. No way. No way. Yeah, exactly, Andy. You can do whatever you want, man. LB, you said if we don't spend 150 mil by the first week of Jan, we're not serious or guilty. Yeah. Well, listen. I think by the second week of January, Brentford, that is more than reasonable time frame. More than reasonable time frame. You can signal intent. City looking for an X. Pep wants an X. It's not rocket science, says Sean. Yeah, agreed. City should go for Thiago Santos. Yeah, I've heard his name a couple of times. Serious. If we completed any deal past 3 months play, we'll be here by now. Well, you think so, wouldn't you? You think so. Big up to Miro says, will McAtee start against West Ham? Also, Delap in City. Listen, apparently City have a £30 million buyback on Delap. I would take Delap back tomorrow. I would never have sold him in the first place in the sense that I thought it was always mint and should have been given a chance. And it's another player that we didn't give a proper chance to. And then look at him, mint. Well, who would have known? Who would have known, chat? I mean, you know this academy that they spent fucking hundreds of £1 million on, it's actually pretty good. It's actually a pretty good academy. So some City fans need to start having some more faith in these academy players. Yeah? Because all they hear is can't play too young. They're pretty good. They are pretty good players. Yeah? And if we actually try and play them a little bit more than we do, we might actually realise that you don't have to go and spend 50, 60 million pounds on a player because they're right there. And Delap was another one that was clearly mint. but we never played him. And when we did, we played him against Bournemouth. He was mint. He scored a cracking goal. But I just don't see why he'd come back, bro. Why would Delap come back to City, man? To sit on the bench. I just don't see him coming back. I wouldn't come back if I was Delap. No way. I wouldn't do it. I'd hold out for Chelsea or something where I can get the number one spot off Jackson, or Arsenal if he wants to drop Havertz and have a proper striker. You know what I mean? Or Liverpool. Like, this is the problem you've got. I've said this. One of the problems you've got when you've got genuine world-class galactical players like Rodri and Haaland is that they're so good, you can sometimes struggle to get a backup because the player that you're going to sign knows that they're never going to play. Why Zubimendi probably don't want to join? Because he's probably looking at it going, Rodri, I'm going to be the backup to Rodri. I'm never going to fucking play. And he's probably going, nah, I'd rather play for someone worse and actually play football. And it's the same with Haaland. Every striker that you're going to sign, not one striker legitimately, maybe apart from someone like Kane, would sign for City because they know they're not going to play, bro. And that's the truth. That's one of the downsides. That's one of the downsides. You know what I mean? So when you have these world-class players, is sometimes you can find it difficult to get like rotational players because they know they're not going to, they're not going to play in it. McAtee, I don't know, personally, I'd start the same 11 that started against Leicester. We've not had one game this year where we played the same 11 as the game before. I'd stick with the exact same 11. I do think like Foden needs to start performing, otherwise at some point, like you're going to have to do something, whether you move him a different position or drop him, I don't know. But personally, no, I'd start the same team. I'd bring McAtee off the bench. Okay, MLK says Chelsea and Ipswich. Okay, one game then this season. And guess what? We won them both. Yeah, I'd probably start the same team, and I'd bring McAtee again off the bench for serious minutes, and then I would start McAtee against Salford just for fitness, and then I'd start him in the next game. That's how I would put it. Club giving up on the season, we go again for next year. Yeah, but the problem is, right, Master, even if this is true that the club have given up on the season, and we're in pre-season now, basically, then the club should be making signings now, so that when we start the season next year, yeah, some of the players are already used to the league, used to Pep, used to the system and that. Why would you do that, man? Why would you do that? I don't really get it. Do you know what I mean? So even if they have given up on the season, which who knows, they might have done. They might be looking at it and say, well, the league's done. Champions League, we've got no chance. And FA Cup, we're not that arsed about it anyway, because I don't know how arsed they are about the FA Cup, right? But then you should still be signing the players in January, as many as you can, so then you can play for 6 months. So then next year, they're not just like, oh, yeah, we're starting this new season. And then all of a sudden we're struggling in the first 10 games because the players are getting used to it. And then we could be screwed. Why put ourselves in that position? And yeah, we also need top 4. People need to wake up, man. You know what I mean? Honestly, man, I humbled myself massively about 8 weeks ago when I realized that we were not good. Yeah. People need to humble themselves, man, and realize that right now we are not very good, and that Champions League football, i.e. top 4, is at serious risk. And by humbling yourself, you realize that we're not good, and now we need to sign players, otherwise we're not going to get top 4. I'm still seeing people talk about winning the league. I'm like, what are you talking about, man? Winning the league? Well, you know what I mean? We need to be honest with ourselves, yeah? We need to sign players to get top 4. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, this is the thing as well, yeah. Here's the situation, right? People also talk about top 5, which, listen, I'm begging that we get, that England gets the top 5 spot Champions League, because we might finish 5th. Do you know what I mean? So that's another reason why we need to beat PSG or Bruges. Yeah, because I'm being serious. If we get knocked out of the league phase, then that doesn't do the coefficient any good. So it's like a double jeopardy situation. We need to beat PSG or Bruges just to get out of the league phase, which obviously helps our coefficient. Otherwise, it's you get knocked out of the league phase, so you're out of the Champions League, and that also damages the country's coefficient at UEFA, which lowers the chances of us getting that 5th spot. It's a madness. It's crazy, guys. City don't see value in the market in January. Enter a 5-man midfield list. Right, okay, so here's the thing, yeah? Here's the thing, bro. I got the simple solution. Go and get Douglas Luiz on a free transfer on a loan. Go and get Douglas Luiz on a loan deal. Now, people will say, oh, I don't really like Douglas Luiz. Bro, he's better than Gundogan. He's better than Kovacic. Yeah, even though Kovacic has been very good, but he is better than Kovacic, mate. Yeah. Just go and get Douglas Luiz on a loan deal. And the thing is, yeah, if you go and get Douglas Luiz on loan now, yeah, like if it's available, I'm only going off what people are saying. Like, I don't know if you can get him on loan, but it's what people are saying online. Like, yeah, he's available on a loan deal. Go and get him on a loan deal, yeah, and then you've got him. Then you can still keep working on your other players. Just because you get Douglas Luiz in doesn't mean that you can't try and get another player that you really want. Douglas Luiz is like your insurance policy. So let's just say, for example, we want to sign Adam Wharton in January, right? Just for example, yeah? City want Adam Wharton. That's the target that they want. And that is the player that they was going to get this summer, and they're going to try and get him in January, right? Why don't you just get Douglas Luiz on loan and then keep trying to get Adam Wharton? Because what happens if you're negotiating with Palace for Wharton, and then at some point in the window, Palace go, you know what, lads? We're not selling him no matter what you bid for him because we don't want to sell him until the summer. And then all of a sudden, you're in the last week of January, fucking Douglas Luiz is made up with Thiago Motta. He signed a new contract, and you're scrambling around Europe to try and get yourself a player in. And it's just like, nah, if you get Douglas Luiz in, you've got him in. Even if you sign Adam Wharton, you're not going to be going, oh, God, we've got too many players in midfield now, are you? You're not going to be doing that. So I just think it's a no-brainer. Now, again, I don't know if you can get him on loan. This is what people are saying online. Maybe you can't get him on loan. But if I'm being honest, yeah, if you can't get him on loan, bro, I'd just bid for him. I'd just go to them and say, I'll just go to Juventus and say, listen, lads, what did you pay him? What did you pay for Villa? We'll just give you your money back. We'll just give you your money back. Yeah. I'll just do it. I think it's a no-brainer. He's 26. He's played Premier League before. Pep likes him. Yeah. Well, he liked Nunes as well. He never plays him. So maybe that's not the best thing to say. Pep. Okay, let's ignore Pep, yeah, because you can't really take what Pep says as face value. He's played in the Premier League before. He's good on the ball. He can put a tackle in. He can get goal. He can get an assist. And he's better than what we've got. And even if you go and sign like a big Don in the summer, keep him a squad rotation. I don't know, man. Go all out for Baleba. I ain't seen too much of this guy. I've seen a couple of compilations. He looks very good in the sort of out of possession side of the game. He can run with it. He can dribble with it. He can put a tackle in, intercept. He's got fast. He's got some pace on him. But my thing is with Baleba, yeah, is what's he like at the top end of the pitch? Because if we're playing Rodri and Baleba, right, is Baleba going to get any numbers? Because I do think that the guy who plays next to Rodri has to get some numbers, man. You've got to have just a little bit. I'm not asking like 10 goals or 6. You've got to chip in, man. You've got to chip in. So far this year, he's got 2 goals, 1 assist for Brighton. I don't know. Would he get more? Would he get? People will say, well, he get more opportunities at City. Would he? Could be less. He got nothing last year. I don't know. I ain't seen too much of him, to be fair. Like I said, I didn't even know who he was until we played him a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, I'm not sure, man. Yeah, and also, you know, are we going to pay the money that they want? Let's just be honest, yeah. Let me just tell you something now, yeah. Let me just tell you something now. Bruno Guimaraes was apparently available for £100 million, and City said that was too expensive. How much do you think Brighton are going to ask for Baleba? It's going to be at least 70 million, 75 million, maybe 80. Do you think City are going to go, oh, Baleba, who's played how many minutes for Brighton? 2,800 minutes. Are they really going to go, yeah, he's definitely worth 80 million, but Bruno G, who's fucking mint, let's be honest, they're not going to pay 100 million for, who's got far more experience, European experience, international experience. Nah, I'm sorry, I don't see it. I don't see it one little bit. I don't understand how the club logic would be that Bruno's too expensive for 100 mil, who's mint and has bare experience, but Baleba, who's played 2,800 minutes for Brighton, he's all of a sudden so far. Because they're not going to sell him for like 60 mil, guys, 50 mil. This is Brighton and Hove Albion we're talking about, mate. Do you know what I mean? they're gonna demand serious cash, as is their right. Yeah, I mean, it's their player. He's under contract. They can do what they want, man. Nico Gonzalez. Yeah, maybe Nico Gonzalez, man. We have been linked with him, I think, once. LB, do you know Divine Mukasa? He is 17. Look at his statistics. 2024, 2025. Yeah, I know this guy. Sold to Dortmund in the summer. Sold to Dortmund in the summer. Divine Mukasa sold to Dortmund. 20 million, 40 million pound buyback clause. Yeah, in fact, we'll probably sell him without a buyback clause. Oh, yeah, I said that on Twitter, right? Someone said, who was it about? Might be McAdoo. Someone, it might be Danny. Someone on Twitter put, oh, yeah, Ryan McAdoo is absolutely mint in the academy. And I replied back to him, put, sold to Dortmund in the summer. Obviously, just joking around, yeah. And some City fan was crying about it, saying, oh, you're so negative. And I was like, bro, what is wrong with these mutants, man? You know what I mean? It's called a joke. Have a laugh. Why are you getting stressed, bro? Bring me Douglas Luiz and Bruno G. Let us cook, bro. That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing. I'll be all over that, man. Akanji type deals incoming. Bro, people are not laughing now about my Trevor Chalobah, you know. No one's laughing now about my Trevor Chalobah shout. No one. Because that was... Let's be honest, chat. Let's be honest. I'll be humble here, but this is also true. That was the greatest transfer shout of all time, wasn't it? Bro, that was actually a legit mint shout. Trevor Chalobah, 20 million quid. And I got cooked on the chat. I got cooked off everybody. Trevor Chalobah, it was a mint signing, that would have been. He can play right back, left back, centre back, CDM, homegrown for the homegrown mutants. 20 million. Bruh. I got laughed out of town, man. That would have been a brilliant signing. But you say Akanji is better than Diaz. I've said Akanji is better than Diaz. Where have I ever said Akanji is better than Diaz? Akanji ain't better than Diaz. Do you just hear things in your sleep? I've never said that Akanji is better than Diaz. I said that Akanji last year was better than Diaz because that's factually true. And anyone who disagrees with that, he needs to get the red wobble. Akanji was clear of Diaz last year. Clear. But Diaz is better than Akanji when they're both on form. It's not even close. It's not even close. But Akanji was clearly better than Diaz last year. Diaz in the first half of the season last year was poor. Very poor. Very poor. But then he got better as the season went on. It's not even a debate. It's not even a debate. Diaz is our best defender. Yeah, I agree. I can't wait till he's our captain, by the way. The day he's our captain, yeah? The day that Diaz is our captain, bro, I'm going to be so happy, man. I might get Diaz tattooed on my chest, man. I'll be real. Yeah, because this guy's going to be so good, man. Yeah, as a captain. He's a leader. He's a leader. He's a leader, man. We need him. Murillo. We ain't getting Murillo. We ain't getting Murillo. Unless you want to pay 70 mil. Clubs know we're knocking. This is the thing. This is why you've always got to make these signings, chat, at the time of strength, mate. Yeah, because then you've got some negotiating power. Yeah, we have no negotiating power now, man. Because everyone, right, I'm telling you now, yeah, you know, because football is now a player trading game. No one actually cares about winning trophies anymore. Yeah, all the clubs are bothered about is making profit, making money. Right, that's all they're all bothered about. No one cares about winning. Yeah, no one cares about winning. So clubs, I'm telling you now, clubs are desperate for City to ring the phone. They're desperate, man. They're all sat there by the phone waiting for it to ring, saying, "Please be City, please be City, please be City," and then they go, "Have you been involved in an accident?" And it's like, nah, waiting for that City call, Bray. And then boom, one day, someone's going to receive that call. Someone's going to receive that call. Yeah. They got the phone. They go, boom, hello. And then on the other side, it's, "Hi, this is Tiki from Manchester City." And they're going to be buzzing. They can't wait, man, because they're not bothered. All that clubs want to do now is sell the players. And you get fans on Twitter like, buzzing that they sold the best players, man. Oh, we've made all this profit. We sold this player. We've got the best board in the league. Huh? You've just sold your best player. Yeah, but we bought him for 20 mil and we sold him for 80 mil. We were the best run club in the country. Eh? So you sold your best player, and now you're trying to tell me that you have the best run club in the country because you sold the best player. No. You've been finessed, Brit. This ain't how it was meant to work. Do you know what I mean? Honestly, man, fans in this country have been conned. They've been conned. They've legitimately been conned into believing that this is how football works now. Do you know what I mean? It's actually wild. Bro, I'm hearing on Sky Sports News that Tottenham are the best run club in the country. Tottenham. Yeah, they're the best run club in the country. They got all this revenue. They're the best for PSR. Well, what? What are you talking about, mate? This is not how it works. This is not how it works, Bray. They've not won a trophy in 20 years. What are you talking about? Honestly, man, football's gone to the dogs, guys. Yeah, it has. It's crazy, man. I'll tell you what, we're going to the dogs real soon because we ain't signing no one. You know? So, yeah, man. Crazy situation, chat we're in. It's crazy times. Crazy times we live in. Yeah, I don't know. Check out the free transfer list. Check out the free agents list. But we ain't gonna get a Bruno. We ain't getting Ricci. We ain't getting Zubimendi. So who is it, guys? Who's it gonna be? We will see. We're on a treasure hunt, guys. But the problem is, yeah, here's the problem with the treasure hunt, guys, yeah. We ain't even got the map. You know what I mean? It's like someone said to us, right, Bray, there's a load of treasure out there. And you go, oh, sound. I'll go look for it. Can I have the map? And they're like, nah. You're like, well, how am I meant to find the treasure? Don't know. All right, so there's just random players out there. We don't know who we're going for. We don't know where the treasure is. We don't know what the treasure is. We could find the treasure chest, yeah, in the unlikely event that we eventually find the treasure chest, we could get it, yeah, and it could be like fucking some League 2 player, Bray. And we're like, what the hell is this? This ain't no treasure. I don't know, man. Listen, it's dark times. Yeah, it's dark times that we live in. And we just got to see what happens, man. Yeah, Pogba. Oh. The chest is flat. The chest is fully flat. The chest is fully flat. Yeah. The chest is fully flat. We got an inverted chest right now. We got an inverted chest right now. I don't know, man. I don't know what we're going to do, guys. LB, look up Mastuano. Look up Master. You're trying to tell me like I don't know who this guy is. Yeah? You try to tell me like I don't know who he is. I'll be there, mate. I know who he is. Pep is too attached. He has to clear the house. Yeah, true, man. It's like a hoarder, isn't it? You seen that TV program, Hoarders, where like people go around to someone's house, yeah, and they just keep everything. They've just kept everything in the house forever, and they go in the front room, and there's boxes, there's newspapers from like 1955 on the wall, and it's like, why have you kept a newspaper from 1955? It's like, oh, I just like to look at it now and again. It's like, but why? Yeah, why? They've got all the statues, all the empty bottles of Coke, everything that they've just kept, and you can't move in the room. Yeah, it's just full of shit everywhere. This is City, Bray. Yeah, we've got Gundogan's just in the corner, Kovacic's, Kevin De Bruyne's. Do you know what I mean? And then guess what happened? Yeah? The brand new flat screen TV, 85 inches of OLED TV, Samsung edition, 2024 edition, brand new, yeah, integrated sound system, 4K, 144 hertz monitor, yeah, i.e. Julian Alvarez, they fucking got rid of. Sold the TV, the brand new TV, gone, sold. No. But the newspaper from 1955, yeah, fucking still here. Honestly, man, I don't know what this club is doing, bro, but it's messing with my head. And on that note, I'm out of here because I'm going out. I'm going to pub, lads, yeah, because this club is driving me to drink. Oh, my days. Right, smash the likes up anyway. Smash the likes up. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel if you're new. Yeah, if you are new to the channel, you realize we're not serious. Yeah, we're not serious. But yeah, man, hopefully you guys are all having a good new year. Hopefully I was rough as ass yesterday, chat. That's why there was no stream yesterday. I was not in a good way, but I'm fixed today. And yeah, man, smash the like, subscribe to the channel. DM me on Twitter if we get any transfer news. Yeah. If we get any transfer news. We ain't signing no one, bro. You know what I mean? And only 1 month to go until we have Gundogan and Kovacic and Bernardo Silva as our midfield for the rest of the season. But yeah, man. Have a good one anyway, chat. Hopefully you're all well. And yeah, peace out. See you later. In fact, let me fucking play the outro casualty music, yeah?